So we are starting with the cast. Unfortunately, I am alone today, but this is not hindering us of having a nice Div 1 race because we have a NASCAR track today. And Dexter, I already talked to him. He's also streaming right now, so go ahead and check out his POV as well. You can also hop around between those different POVs. He was very good on NASCAR last time, if I recall it correctly. So I'm expecting a lot. The map is called, I'm not trying to butcher it, AKROMATOPSIA. So that's the map name. And too bad that Mr. Atypick is not here today, but he couldn't make it, which is completely fine. But it's always better to cast with someone else, because now I have to search out this as well. So let's take a look onto the map. How many racing laps will we have? We will have 69 laps. Nice. Okay, 69 laps will be driven today. Okay. And we have 20 minutes of free practice that will take place. So I'm quickly explaining how this all works to you guys, because there will be a free practice session of 20 minutes. After those free practice session, we will have a qualifying where players have the chance to set one flying lap in a 5-minute interval, or like in just 5 minutes. And the top 13 is getting the best amount or the most amount of points. And also is having the better starting spot. Moppel went wrong here, gotcha baited. I think there are some signs that will just show you where you have to go. And after this qualifying, you will have the actual live race that will take place. So Lars sets the fastest lap. So let's actually go ahead with him, because Lars is not the worst player when it comes to learning a track, but he just made a mistake as people are speeding in the pit lane. TMGL is today runner, and hello Triop, welcome to the stream. As the server is a bit laggy though, let me go into no window mode. As I'm just gonna follow Lars, because yes, the fastest time getting overtaken by Kaku. Good fight between the first and second player right now, as we have also Claudio in the mix. So good to see that this map is very fast. You exceed the 600 kilometers per hour. Lars with a great drift, and Wilby Pantosa with a 41-second time. Look at that. Times are changing left, right, and center, and also people going all the way here. But it is Marius right now on first. So Marius with a 40.8, and there you can see why we are playing 69 laps. It is a very short map, NASCAR, so NASCAR means you don't drift that much, tires are not wearing off too much, and the fuel consumption is higher than usual. So the Trackmania Formula League works like that, that you are consuming your fuel in this regard, how much you throttle, and also if you drift, you consume more tires. If your tires are at 0%, you will just DNF, because your tires will blow up in real life as well. And if you have no fuel, you will run into danger of just having to finish the race in freewheel. So you have no more fuel in the tank, the car is just rolling. If you're at 0%, you will also DNF. Respawning is also not possible, but those are the most important rules. So Lars, Marius, and Wosal right now in first position. Lars is right now on first, but Marius again on a very good lap, 0.3 ahead, and he might be a good pick to take the race today, but he risked this corner a bit too much here in free practice and makes that mistake. And we see Katusu overtaking him, but also he has made that mistake there, unfortunately. So Marius now probably going to the pit lane. Is that the pit lane? I don't think so. No, that's the multi-lap. I think the pit lane was to the right or something like that. So we have Marius right now going to the next lap, but of course one mistake is really, or very, very costly. So Lars with a 38-second time, that is very fast. So I don't know who can win today, because NASCAR is a style that a lot of players are good on, and not only Wosal, Patrosa, and Dexter are the leaders right now, or it can be the leaders, let's say like that. As we have Speedy also on the third position. A good time from Speedy, goes for the respawn, but I actually want to see how you enter the pit stop. I think the pit stop is to the right. I have not seen it just yet, but I really want to check what is here. Okay, the pit entry is here. So you come from a very, very fast uphill turn into the pit stop. Then you probably, yeah, that's already the 130 kilometer line. Oh god, dude. What? Wait, what? How long is that how long is this, dude? That is so long. I mean, you have to be at 130 the entire time here. Look at Berserker, how slow he has to go. So this pit stop is slowing you down tremendously and might be a good take now to not take as many pits as someone who's drifting a lot. So because if your tires are wearing off, you have to pit more. So maybe a more conservative strategy will be better, or to drive a bit slower. I don't know, because pitting is very expensive if you have to slow down and you go slow from just 400 kilometers per hour. If you take a look onto the last part of the track that Lars will approach just in some seconds, as he goes for this big platform turn and now into the left-hander that will conclude into the multi-lap, kind of. You know, you have this long left-hander and then another right and left turn, and then we have it. You see how fast, look how fast Lars is. He's at 550 speed, and then you have to slow down to 130, travel all of those rocks with 130 speed. Dude, this will lose you so much time, and also a good pit stop will be very important this time around. And I think that we have a different winner today. I think it will not be Dexter or Patrosa winning, it will be someone else. So my take today is on maybe someone like Lars, maybe someone like Marius, but I will go with Danik B today again. I think Danik B has a good chance of winning, even though I don't really think how good he is on NASCAR, but I'll just go with a bold pick. Oh no, actually never mind, I go with Voyager. I think Voyager is also able to win this one. But I think Voyager is a better pick to take it. So what do you think, who's gonna win race number 4 today? Who's gonna take the lead? Because right now we have a tight score still between Dexter and Patrose, because the last round didn't count. Marius, jemand hat einen kleineren Basiskurvenradius. That word was way too dank, but I can fully agree to that. Yeah, I can understand that, but hey. I don't think so that Marius can win. He can perform well, but at some points he might be saving a bit too much. And then going to the risky lines, he will make mistakes then, you know? Like it's 3 AM for me, time to check VODs in the morning. Yeah, go ahead and do that, runner. Go ahead and do that. We also have Voyager here with a great lap just behind Lars and Dexter. Also Betatos has improved so much, but look at that line from Voyager. Very aggressive here in the fight with Lars for the top spot. Lars with a mistake, so Voyager might go on a voyage here on a good time. Very good line there as well. And he has so much speed to work with here. Dexter is leading with a 38, but he would have been smoked by Voyager, who has made a small mistake and lost like 2 seconds with that. He was minus 0.8 on his time and will not improve, unfortunately. So you can see a very risky track. You are very fast here. Not a lot of drifting is happening. Maybe some corners, but mostly not. But a good way to spectate right now. Betatos, Lars, Voyager here. Then we also have Joey, so the top 6 player right now, or the 6th position player is there as well. Lars with a very interesting line, going so wide there. Interesting that he wants to use all of his space, or all of the space available. But so many mistakes are happening here, and that's incredible. Betatos is going for the pit, and you can see how slow you have to go here. It's like you have to not exceed 130 kilometers per hour. But look how long you have to stay in that. That's what I was talking about. It will literally take you 40 to 50 seconds to pit. It is a lot, and they can see it. Also Betatos there with a speeding penalty by just going 131. So it's more like a patience game to not exceed the limit. Because if you didn't know, if you are in the pit stop and you have more than 130 speed, you will get a penalty for 10 seconds in the car. It's literally not fueling up or changing tires. So 11 minutes of free practice left, and right now it's Dexter leading. So it might be good POV to follow here, as he's of course a very risky play. But then we have Rosa with a good time, going to the lead, a 37.6. And with 69 laps being played on this one, we might actually see something like, I don't know, 18 laps, 17 laps. I'm not sure how the fuel consumption is per lap, but let's actually look into that. Let's see, Dexter is right now at 52%, 54 liters. I'm gonna check if he's in the multi-lap, and then we see how much he is consuming. How much it is. That's a nice idea, actually, Daniel. I see what you mean. I'm not sure if it's like checking every second, but it might be a very good idea to just speed through that and just wait the 10 seconds out there. Or if it's like just once. That's a good idea though, but I think it's ticking more. Now I didn't check because I literally thought about that one. Anyway, let's see. Asterich also here, very nice seeing him as well, making that mistake. So let's check with Asterich here, how much he has and how much he consumes. Okay, he goes into the pit. Oh wait, where is it though? But I see what you're talking about. Dude, I'm so confused. I'm not sure what will happen here, but it's a good idea that you have them. But let's go with Wolfside and see how much fuel you consume over one lap. Let's see. Right now he is at 51 liters going into lap number 15 for him. Let's see how much he will be if he is at the finish line. Tires are not that important, as I said. But literally, he's 20 seconds in, give or take. Just now, he has consumed already a lot of fuel. Look at that, 5 liters of fuel consumed. So, also the faster you are, the more fuel you consume. Damn, like, look at that. It's like 8 liters per lap. Look at that, 43 liters, it's 8 liters per lap, but Warsaw also with the fastest lap, 37.5. Wow, that is a very, very hefty map, with a lot of fuel being consumed, and might be a lot of pit stops as well. Damn. But if it would work that you only get 1 penalty, that would be great, but I doubt that. Look, Aserich just slowing down so much there to be scared of the speeding penalty. Alright, just making a small break here because I literally have to still cast some more minutes. But look at that, you've seen it right now, how much he has spent in there. So it's literally just like 20 seconds we have to go slow. Yeah, it's just so slow there. So I'm not sure what will happen or who will go for what strategy. I have certainly no idea. So, oh wait, I have to charge my watch. My running watch. Because I will go for a run after the cat. So I'm still in Germany. I will definitely do that. So I don't know how much of a penalty you get for speeding through. If it's like, I think even 2 could work. If you just chill for 20 seconds. I don't know. But right now we have Wolsa leading with a quite reasonable time of 37.5. Asterich 0.1 behind with a 0.69. Then we have Betatos also on 3rd with a good position. Dexter on 4th, Brisaker, Razorlight, then also Kaku, Heath, Patrosa and Lars on 10th position. And right now there are 42 players who are playing in Division number 1. Nothing has changed because there were no pro and demotions. We also talked about that on. Also, we talked about this, the players who have promoted and demoted in the previous race, but nothing has changed. 5 minutes still left of free practice, and then we will go into the actual live race, which I'll be unfortunately casting alone today. But now people might go for that. Nano is speeding. Everyone is just speeding through that. But we will see those strategies in the live race. But it's a good point, and it's always like also the cast lives off of that you guys try to speculate and you guys try to like comprehend what is happening and maybe just give some sort of your like thought into the cast. So very nice seeing those comments. Get Amma into cast with you. Well, Amma should play his division. Because Amma is playing himself. Not sure if Amma is like a caster. No? Let's go with Aserich, who had very unfortunate races. And I think was DNFing both of them. So I hope today he can get a good race. Not sure if he's playing or not. I think could play and cast at the same time. Yeah, better do that. Four minutes left of free practice. And guys, I will just take a little of a talking break because I already feel how sore my throat is. So I hope you can understand that. Alright, so there you go. Whew, okay, that was enough of a break. Hello Capdemir and everyone else in the chat. So we have the Trackmania Formula League. 3 minutes of free practice left on this beautiful map. And, well, I mean, I don't know what strategy will be the best because the fuel consumption is very high, to be honest. And also the tire consumption is not that little because you're just so fast. I'm not sure if people will just speed through the pit stop or not. But you will probably lose a lot by doing that. Check. I want to see how someone speeds through the pit stop and will only lose 10 seconds. But Nyaruko just does it now like that, and he is so slow with that. I don't know, dude. I also don't see the chat. That's the problem, you know? I don't see the chat there. So. Yeah, I'm also doing great. Actually, if weather is great, I'll go for a run later. There we go. So let's see. Also, Ruffy's playing Golden Nugget, Speedy, Peking, and who was in the chat for Bavaria 2, rocking the beautiful skin there. And there's Rawl, Nyaruko, Moppel, Joey, Marius falling down to 23rd. Dan, Shadenis, Trilux as well, with Wingo Bear on P27 though. Bearlul, Krakus, Katuso on 30th. Claudio, Nico, Freezer, Dazzle, Sensei, Nobody, Deska, Astronaut, Sap, Neil on P40 right now, and then we have Nano on 41st and Koda on last, but I think he might have joined in later or is just struggling with this whole map style, which I can fully understand because I would be 43rd if there would have been 43 players, including me, on the server. So hey, I cannot be mad at this or something. Koda on last right now, but still in Div 1, and he is definitely a very good player, I can tell you that. Alright, so Wosal is leading still, and we have Patrosa going for the pit stop, but I want to see how the strategy is working. Maybe Dexter is trying it still here. People are just speeding through right now, but I'm not sure who's gonna try that or not. You don't gain 20 seconds with that. Yeah, I don't know, but you're just so slow, you know? Maybe 10 seconds, like 14, 15. Okay, it's checked twice. Alright, I see. Okay, fair. Thank you for saying that, guys. That's where the cast is living from. That's very nice. Alright, so now the qualifying will start where the first 13 players will collect the first points of the day. So good luck. On a very unique map. A NASCAR map. Dexter says he really likes this map. Alright, there we go. They're the sponsors of the Trackmania Formula League. Whew. Let's go into the qualifying. Guys, I still have one more cast to do. That's why I wasn't talking then and just took a little bit of a break. So I hope you can understand that. Hello to everyone. Hello to Tony and everyone else in the chat. We are starting with the qualifying now. Players have 5 minutes time to finish 2 laps. The fastest lap from one of those 2 laps will count, and the top 13 are getting points. And then after this, we have the live race with 69 laps. So good luck to the players. I'll of course focus on the top field again. Today I'm without Atypick, but it is what it is. And I just hope that you're all having a good Sunday, everybody. Whew, there we go. 4 more seconds of warm-up, and then we're live. So now we have the confirmation in chat. So now you cannot really speed through the pit lane, only when you have to pee, but then you just wait. Is it banked, the pit stop? Nah, that would be a bummer. I think it's not. All right, but good luck to the players. The qualifying is starting. Let's see who wins it. I'm just gonna follow Dexter's POV because he's one of the favorites for me to take that one home. Wingo Bear with a small mistake, but of course it's lap 1, number 1. Lap 2 is where it is really mattering, because lap 1 usually is very slow due to the fact that you're starting from the standing respawn. I'm not sure where the second penalty is. Maybe it's just a double penalty check in general. That if you're like at 200 kilometers, you just get a double penalty. But look at Dexter just zooming through here. He's literally a bad POV to follow because he's so far ahead, and he is right now leading. We have Kaku behind him, Neruko on the third. A good line there as well. Look at the fight here between all the players. We see the first mistake though. Kaku, Speedy and Lars behind Dexter, who's just zooming through that map. Speedy with a lot of speed, also Kaku not looking too bad on this one. It's of course a very short map, so the players will already come closer to the finish line. Kaku with a very aggressive line, Speedy behind him, and also Lars with a good line here. Someone is lagging at top, but also Kaku here releasing a lot. Speedy with a mistake, Lars with the overtake onto Kaku. Look at the speed, Dexter also slowing down, and Lars will go to the lead, and Lars will take the first position for now. Let's see who can overtake him. It is Wall who already sniped him, Razorlight as well, Joey on third, and now we have a lot of other players who are on the racetrack. Asterich in first again with a great time. He has also set the fastest lap last week, but not in the seeding. So look at that, very chaotic. And we have Lars staying on 7th position, and we still have some more players on the track. Golden Nugget, Trilux Dan, Dazzle, Chris, who's always going for a late lap. But let's see where they are finishing in. They're finishing now. I don't think that this was a good time. Trilux, Dazzle, Chris still in the race, so let's see what he can do. Very close turn there. He's on that last lap. Also Trilux here. On the last one. He's gonna get that. Let's take a look. Nope. Maybe Chris, but he is a bit behind. Gets a good uphill turn, a lot of speed. It's really important that you get the speed over that uphill turn. But you can see 81 liters for almost every player. And that means that you have to pit very, very often on this one. So the race will also be very long. So Chris on P15, not getting it. Aserich wins it. One of the fastest player out there when it comes to time attack and all of that. Beta Toast, then we have Razorlight, Danik B, Golden Nugget, Wall, Joey Lars, Nico on 9th, also Ruffy on 10th. Very, very cool to see that. Kaku on 11th, Dennis, Patrose, and then the Bubble Man is Wingo Bear, not getting any sort of points. So Patrose only on 13th, and the question is, where is... look at that, where is... Wosa on 24, Dexter on 28th, Voyager on 31st. So many mistakes have happened, and this is already the outlook for the race. I assume that there will be a lot of mistakes that will happen. Okay, so we have 3 more minutes of warm-up, and then we will start with the race. Whew. What is Monka W? Twitch emote. It's a meaning like, oh my god, like, it's so close. It's like, it's an emote that you usually see. Like, the meaning is that it's just super close and super scary, you can say. Yeah, you need to have plugins installed. 7TV, Franker Faces, and then you see those third-party emotes. Yeah, it's on a browser though. Alright, so 2 more minutes. So I don't know who can win. I think it's a player who has the best pit stop, and Patrose is looking very strong on that, to be honest. I don't know, like Patrose always has that good, but also you need consistency. So a very unique race again here in the Trackmania Formula League. Huh. Thinking about it, but I cannot really pinpoint a player down who can win it, because you know we have the winner in the seeding or in the qualifying, which is Aserich. But Aserich is also a very risky player, so I don't think that he will not make a mistake on the track. You know, it could be a consistent player like Marius also winning because he's not making mistakes. We're gonna find out in the live race. Why didn't the last race count? Because of the wheel bugs and also the visibility bugs. That's why. That's why it didn't count. Completely understandable though, but yeah. Yeah, it's been fun chatting. I agree with that. Thank you for joining, Daniel. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And good luck feeding your child. Always good to spend time with them. I have also a nephew, which is very nice when I always meet them. Yeah, Thanks for your very good talk. Let's say it like that. Okay, 9 seconds to go. 69 laps will be played. Good luck to the players who are participating today. We have 45 players. Maybe 43, 42. Let's take a look. Good luck. But it will take... I don't know. I think there will be like 6 pit stops coming in here. Really. There will be a lot of pit stops that will take place. So good luck to the players to shine through here again. Oh my god, we have to lean forwards again. Okay, there we go. Good luck to the players. Let's see who will be the first player. Right now, Dexter on 39th, starting also a bit late there. But there we go. Asterix in first. Who would have thought? Betatos also in the mix. So let's go with the top pack here. Let's go with Danik B, who was on P5 after that checkpoint. Makes a small mistake though. Look at the players swarming and overtaking. So Danik B already down to P number 12 with that. But so many players are here. Wall, the first player sliding out, losing a lot of speed. But he will not be the only one though. And there we go. Another player there crashing as well. And we have Joey with a great line. And also Danik B a bit conservative here though. I thought that he would be in P number 5 after that one, but now he's on P16 because he has released. But yeah, Symptom is casting in French. So that's what you have to look out for. Lars, Asterich, Razorlight, Berserker, and then Betatos in the top 5. Asterich leading, you love to see it. I was mentioning it beforehand. I hope that he can make something happen. But I think that he will make the one or another mistake. Betatos overtaking Berserker and Lars with a very good line. So he is lurking and he goes into the lead even. Betatos leading going into lap number 3. But then we also have Berserker who gets a really good line but makes that mistake, risking too much, and he's out. So Betatos, the only player who hasn't really made a huge mistake, and with that leading the race. He's the front runner. Voyager, who's my pick of winning the race today, is on P3. Also getting good line. Aserich tailoring himself very nicely through those turns, getting himself so much speed out of that. And he is not having the best amount of speed in this turn though, but still is on a good lap. Who has the fastest lap right now? It is Voyager, who is behind it, but he will not improve this time. Wosal is behind. Wosal is on P5, overtaking Dexter, who has made that mistake. Asterich also with a mistake, and that's what I was talking about. Asterich is just such a risky player. He comes from a time attack environment, and getting that time attack mentality off, that you just can't respawn every run, is impossible, or almost impossible. I know it myself, and that's why he is down. Oh wait, why would you have exclamation mark server in the command? We don't need that. Oops. There we go. So Wosa now on second position and Voyager in the lead. Dan, a full speed driver, one of the best, or if not even the best full speed player, is there as well, attacking. Dexter on fourth after a small mistake. Then Razorlight on fifth, setting the fastest lap though with a 37.4. And then Wingo Bear on P number 6. Joey on 7th. Then Speedy on 8th position, making that mistake, getting overtaken by almost every player, falling to the top 20, if not even more. Also Berserker here was on first. Now down to P20, making that mistake. And now we have Voyager leading the race. He's a very consistent driver. And one mistake can be very costly here, especially because you are just starting with 0 kilometers per hour. Respawning is not allowed. And also here we see Dexter with a mistake, falling from P2 to probably P12, 13, maybe even 14 or something. Because he's just so slow. Okay, actually, no. Mario's overtaking him, so only, quote-unquote, falling down to P11. But now in a fight with Moppel and also Katusu. But look at that, so many mistakes and so many fights are happening in this race already. That is great to see and a good race to spectate. The only player who hasn't really made a mistake is Voyager, playing very consistent. 2.5 seconds ahead. Razorlight on second. Joey also 2 seconds behind the second position and almost 5 seconds behind Voyager. Who's there actually? There was one player who was turtling, I think. Oh my god. No, dude. No. Miyaruko is dead. Miyaruko is dead here in this one. So, as I said, consistency is important on this one. And we have one person who is in turtle. You cannot respawn if you're in a turtle movement. You will just simply just DNF if you respawn. And there we go. Nieruko with the giving up with the white flag. And also Turlox here making that mistake. Dude, that's such a hectic race. You know, so many things are happening. Dexter now with the fastest lap. And then we have Golden Nugget still holding strong on that 16th place. Oh, there was a huge crash. I think that was Speedy. No, never mind. We just have seen a white car skin, but that wasn't Speedy. His teammate from Speedy is ahead of him, but Speedy now with a mistake. That is a very bad way to crash because you have so much speed in that whole passage and you are down with that. Voyager still leading ahead of Razorlight. See a good line by the looks of it. Just taking all of that space possible at the start. Joey on 3rd, Wingo be on 4th. Good race from both of those. Then Atypick on 5th, despite making a mistake. We have Danik B on P number 6. So I went for Danik B as my bet for this race today. But then I swapped to Voyager because he's just very consistent. Nobody on 8th, making that mistake. Now getting overtaken by Wosal, Berserker, Marius, who's on P37. What? What happened to Marius? Oh, that's Coda, right? Why did Marius show me as 37th position here? Where was Marius? I must be tripping. I don't know. Whatever. We're gonna go into the first set of pit stops very soon. He was 9th, okay. You know, so lap 10 will be the place where the drivers will go into the pit lane. And now the car will feel heavier. Yeah, I'm legally blind. Of course I am. That's why I cannot read chat. So now the pit stop will take place. Slowing down. Who's gonna get the speeding penalty? Because you cannot see your speed in Cam 1 by the looks of it. Look at that. Will this be an overtake from Razorlight? He's going faster. Razorlight is trying here to make something happen. But will there be any sort of overtake in that? Look at Razorlight pushing here for that position and he will go for the overtake that. That is incredible. Great effort from Razorlight, but it's so much risk that is involved in that. And now everyone is standing still. Only Wosa, Kaku, Marius, Sensei, Golden Nugget, Berserker, Krakus, Shadenis, Deska, and Claudia went for one more lap. There we go. So lap 11 now. Voyager will lead Astronaut, Neil, and Katusu with a speeding ticket, having to wait 10 seconds. Very cool to see that the pit stop is very important here. Voyager 3 seconds out of Coda, who still hasn't pitted. And Wingo Bear also there behind. So let's take a look. They will go for the pit stop probably now. Marius now with a mistake. So now, maybe you guys are wondering, why do mistakes happen more often when they have low tires? Because the car just feels, it's almost impossible to drive it. It feels so hard to drive the car through the turns when you are below 30% tires. And look at that, Marius with 1 liter of fuel left going into the pit stop. Oh god, and he's still consuming fuel there. Sensei here as well. Oh my god, Sensei. Oh no, he's coasting. He's coasting. What is happening? Sensei coasting. Marius not coasting. Shaden is also coasting into the pit lane. Oh my god, I mean, it's not bad though, but still, you lose some time with that. Oh no, and also Sensei got a speeding ticket with that. Not slowing down accordingly. Is he gonna get that though? That's the question. Marius is about to exit here very soon because he doesn't have a penalty. Now Sensei is fueling up. Yeah, what, 10 players? Okay, we have a 40 player race. Yeah, so they have to stand still for 10 seconds if you're exceeding 130 kilometers per hour. Where's Lars? That is a good question, Mr. SGE. Lars is on P40 and is out. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe Lars is in the chat. Maybe he can tell us But there were people landing the turtle. But Voyager with a great race. Also Wingo Bear on second position. Love to see it. As well as Atypick. Very nice seeing that on third position. Very cool. I hope that he can keep it up. He probably is even a contender to win the race because he is together with Voyager, Dexter, and then also who's on second, Razorlight, Berserker, one of the fastest out there, top 5 Berserker on P16 right now, even though he has the third fastest lap, and he used to be the leader of the race. But that's not the case anymore. Astronaut also here with a mistake, getting lapped. Turok still ahead of him, as well as Pick with Enter, but now Berserker with a mistake. And it just seems that he is quite inconsistent. Lap 15 for Voyager, and he is really consistent. He's 3 seconds ahead and counting. Also on 6th, getting overtaken by Danik B. Good fight between them. Where is Patrosa actually? Do I find him? Am I blind? I'm probably blind. Patrosa on P28. Wow. That is not a good performance for the German player. Right now he is tied with Dexter for that first position. But we might even have someone like Voyager who can go into the lead because he just has a very good race today. But now making that mistake though. Okay. And Wingo Bear's coming a bit closer. So you can see it there. He was catching up 2 seconds, maybe not, if not even more. Voyager is not untouchable. He's also vulnerable and makes that mistake. Lost 2.5 seconds with that, maybe even 3. So he's down a little bit, but still on first. Lost 2 seconds with this. Alright, maybe was risking a bit too much. Astronaut also giving up. Voyager right now with a very good race. Playing very consistent. Only one mistake that I've spotted. No, it's not Nadeo trying to be funny, Eye Shield. It's just some calculation how long the race will approximately go. If they are 40, if the lap takes 37 seconds, they try to make it a 45-minute race. What happened to Atypick? Oh no. Where is he? P8. P7 now. Okay, well. Atypick down, probably made a mistake. Let's go ahead and follow him because we have Dexter, Wosal, and then also a little bit in the distance Joey, who's on a good race. Atypick with a good uphill, where we want to get as much speed as possible. Wosal on that 5th position, and Atypick just wanted to go for the fastest lap, obviously. 37.01 by Asse. Wow, that is a great time. Another fastest lap set by Asse. That is very nice to see. Also in the previous race that didn't count, he had the fastest race. But Dexter also not slowing down. I think Dexter even set this 37.2 in that last lap. So they both were really pushing it. And also here, look at that fight. Okay, now it is actually Voyager who has a little bit more of a lead now. Because Wingo Bear has made that mistake. Look at that, 3 seconds mistake is very, very, very costly here. But just making no mistake will bring you into that first position. So you can see players are pushing it, but a more conservative playing style is maybe the better one here. Maybe. Exactly, Marina. That's what he can do now. So I think that's what players are going for now. There are players who go for lap 13. Like lap 13 would be 65 though. No, 75, never mind. Maybe 12. If you go for 11, you're at 66, so you go 11, 12, maybe something like that. If you go for a 10, 10, 10, and then maybe 9, might be... Not sure what is better. There were some players going for those kind of strategies. I don't know. Maybe you guys can guess what you think will be the fastest strategy. But there will be players, or like almost every player will go for the lap 20 pit stop now, then lap 30, lap 40, and then lap 50 and 60 as well. So we have 6 pit stops. And we see Wosal still going for one more lap. Interesting. He was a bit more conservatively here and right now is leading. Let's see, do we see a pit overtake? Voyager is the first player to stand still. Wingo Bear is behind. Joey Atypick with 3.3 liters in the tank. Should be enough though. But, oh my god, look at that from Atypick. He's risking so much though. Oh my god, that is a good risk from Asterich there, and he comes closer to Danikby, but standing still a bit later. Now Wosa leading, Berserker on second, Kaku on third, Marius on fourth. Might be a player to look out for if Marius has the strategy down. Yeah, probably 12, yeah. So Marius is going for that strategy. He will go for a pit stop at lap 24, but you could have seen that there were some risks involved if you have low tires. So you might lose too much time. Also Marius here losing a lot due to the fact that he is at 25%, 24% tires, and the car is just getting uncontrollable the more you come to that 0% barrier. But still looking good for Marius. Peking Ante is getting lapped very soon if Marius keeps it up, but of course maybe Peking Ante still has some fresh set of tires here. Marius is having a good strategy here and is leading with that. So this would be the gap, Voyager and Marius, that we would face on that at the end, because both are still having the same amount of pit stops to do. And Voyager right now is 18 seconds behind. But of course, due to the conservative play-wise, the playing style for Marius that he has to do for the next 2 laps, he will lose a lot of time with that. You can already see 0.8 behind and releasing so much. Maybe a bit too much, even for Marius' favor. But he has to be very careful with that, because he just gradually loses more time. Now it's already 15 seconds for Voyager, and sometimes it's better to have your fresh set of tires already. Okay, Marius pitting now, doing the lap 11 pit stop now. Okay, there we go. So he's down to that. Sensei also pitting now. Voyager, of course, now back into the lead again, being 8 seconds ahead of Wingobeer, who is the second place player if you deduct the players who are just going for a pit stop now. Shaden on 6th. Goes for one more lap for lap 24, so he might coast into the ending because he's at 6 liters. Shaden, this will not work out, my man. This will not work out for you. 5 liters. This will be very close. He has to be very careful with that, or he will coast into the ending. 3 liters. It will be very, very close. 8 liters per lap was kind of the way to go. But of course, he still has to travel all the way in the pit stop, or in the pit lane in general. Let's see. Now he is noticing that it might be a bit closer. Okay, he's coasting. Now, don't slow down too much. You don't see your gear bar, and he gets the speeding ticket. And with that, 10 seconds additional to that he is coasting into the pit stop. Look, I think he cannot even make it. I think Shadenis is dead here, ladies and gentlemen. I think Shadenis will most likely not have it. 45, 40. Oh my, he's slowing down so much. Oh no. Oh no, he cannot make it. He cannot make it. Shadenis is out of the race. F. First time that we have captured this on stream, ladies and gentlemen. Shadenis out of the race. That is very unfortunate for him, because he had a really good strategy. Really. I'm really, really sad for him, but he has slowed down a bit too much. But it's just very hard to see in this uphill how far you have to go. But, you know, maybe you should have just taken the penalty there. But that's very, very unfortunate, risking too much there. But that's also the danger. We have seen players having no fuel on this long stretch. With Marius it was, and also another player, I think, no idea who that was, but you know, that has worked out because you still have the coasting momentum there. But not like that you enter the pit stop with no fuel. So you can see the risk. That's where we are at the strategy point again. It's a very risky strategy to go for the 12 lap stint or the 13 lap stint even, because you just go for, you try to use your resources more efficiently, or effectively in this case, and you come closer to that 0% margin, and with tires you just DNF, and with fuel you just coast, and you can see how long this pit lane is. You lose a lot of time with that, or even DNF. So now Voyager leading with 11 seconds, approaching the next set of pit stops very soon. Wolsat on 2nd position. Could be a good race for him. Wingo Bear on 3rd. Joey, then we have Dexter. And also Trilux giving up. Lap 26, not sure what happened there. Maybe someone has watched his stream from Trilux. Dexter on 5th though. And Joey is behind Asterich on 6th. Danik B on 7th. Berserker on 8th position. Berlul on 9th. Betatos also with a very good race. Also rocking the Schweine-Aim skin on 10th position. Alright, then now with the speeding ticket or with the speeding penalty. Getting penalized on lap 27. For 9 laps then maybe. Or maybe a bit less. Too bad that he cannot pick the name there. But he also has gotten one. And also Desker is out being AFK. I've never seen that AFK message. Look how many players are out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 players already out and we're not even halfway through. Wow. That is a lot, to be honest, for a race like that. So Voyager still leading 10 seconds of a gap. So my bet is working out very nicely. One of the players who has acquired 200 STMs with a lot of blood, sweat and tears. He is also here to dominate this competition. Goes for the pit stop now, looking very nice. Let's see how much speed he will have. Probably goes for like 120. That is looking very good. If you exceed 130, you will get a speeding penalty and you have to stand still for 10 seconds. So very nice to see that. Also Wingo Bear goes for it now. Then we have Joey, Danik B also coming into that. Asterich as well. Berserker is behind, but also will go for the... No, he will go for another lap. Interesting. Dexter in the pit. We have Wosa leading. Who goes surprisingly for one more lap. Even though he's at 11% tires. Let's see how much he loses with that. Actually not too much. So he's not saving as much as another player. Let's see where Marius is. That's a good question. Marius is on P14. He went for his pit stop very early on. And already Voyager is 1, 3, maybe 5 seconds behind Marius. So Marius, this will not work out for you. Even though you went for one last pit stop. But I think Marius will end up in like a 15th position with that. But still a good strategy. Always love to see how those things work out. But that's not the case. Also Vosa getting a speeding penalty. Which is not good. 10 seconds for Wosal. He was catching up a lot. But Voyager is still leading the race if you take it into that. Marius, look at that. Ahead of Voyager, and that's the gap that we're not facing right now. Marius still is at one last pit stop. No, Voyager is at one more. Let's formulate it like this. So Marius has to catch up even more than that. He has to catch up this gap here, this one, plus a pit stop. So Voyager leading, Marius not even close of winning the race, unfortunately. But maybe that's just his way of playing this one, because we also have Shorty, who always goes for unique strategies. Let's take a look who's there as well. Sensei, who goes for the same strategy as Marius on P number 3. Golden Nugget is behind that. Then we have Wingo Bear on 5th, Joey on 6th, Wolfson on P7, Asterich on 8th, Danik B on 9th, and Dexter 25 seconds behind Voyager due to him making a lot of mistakes. Anyways, still a good race for him, as well as for Beta Toast. Very nice. Patrosa on 13th, catching up a bit. Berlul behind that. Then we have Moppel on P number 15, Pikingant on 16. Then after that speeding penalty on 17th, Racer Light. Nobody on 19th, and Sapphire Chris on 20th, no on 19th, and nobody falling behind a little bit more, but Ruffy not catching up towards that. Symptom is out, because he probably rejoined the server, because he's also casting in his language. So shoutouts to him, who's casting in French. And now Wall with a mistake, just when I changed the camera. That is very costly, look at that, just full stopping, going backwards, and then crashing again, okay. So look at that, how much speed you lose. You almost lose like 10 seconds with that. That is very unfortunate for Wall, who had a good race, but look at that, 9 seconds and counting. You still have to get to that speed again. And Wall is so far behind with that. 10 seconds he lost with that. And with that he's on P25, 24. But that was a very, very harsh bonk. And there we go. Voyager still leading. Marius now going for the pit. Sensei as well. And we have also Golden Nugget, who is behind. So lap 34 pit. Not sure how they are working around that. I think lap 36 would have been a bit better, or 35. Because now they have to squeeze 1 or 2 more laps into that. Chatting. Voyager leading by over 20 seconds. What a great race from Voyager, who is indeed going on a voyage. And also he is streaming right now. Voyager 006 is streaming his POV. If you guys could all go there. Ah no, we do it after the race, okay? We do it after the race. I think this will just distract him if we all go there and just be like, chatting, you first. No. You know, because it's a really good race for him. 36 laps in, and he is looking very strong. So he can go there, but that's not distracting. Let's say it like that. Voyager turtle incoming. No, he will not turtle. Voyager is a very experienced player. You know, Voyager is the perfect mixture of a risky player and Marius. You know, because Marius, unfortunately, he is so fast. Marius is so fast in theory, and he also knows that. But in those competitions, he always saves way too much. Like, it's so sad to see that. Marius is such a fast driver and probably one of the best players who has ever touched the game, really. And this goes for his consistency, that he's good on every style, and just in general learning tracks and stuff like that. But he is just unfortunately saving too much, and Voyager can also save, but he has those riskier lines possible. And look at that, he's almost approaching to multi or to lap the 10th position, which is a great performance. He has a delta of 0.18 of a second here. That is just a great average to have, you know, 0.19 average. Some players have that as their fastest time. It's 1 second behind Atypick, but as I said, or as you guys are seeing it, also due to the fact that there are a lot of DNFs, this is a very fast map. See, his father is Elcon and the mother is Marius. Well, this describes it quite well, to be honest. He's very consistent though, but he can be so fast as well. I mean, he has 200 STMs. What do you expect from that man? To be any slow? I don't think so. Marius just saving in the wrong moments. That's the problem. Even though he can be absurdly fast, he can go for world records on Track of the Days. But anyways, let's not praise Voyager here too much. The race is not over yet. We're gonna go to the next set of pit stops very soon though. And let's see who makes a mistake there or not. Atypick right now fighting it out with a lot of players. That's actually cool that the map is so long in terms of the lap count and so short in the length of the map itself, that we see also other battles. You know, we see P18 here, we also see other players. That is just very cool. Every player just meeting himself or themselves on the track, which is very cool. I really like that. So Atypick on 6th place, 34 seconds, so he might even run into danger of getting lapped by Voyager, who goes for the pit stop now and probably already exits it very soon. Wingo Bear on his way ahead of Joey, who is risking it a little bit. Danik B also now into there. Patrose as well. Atypick, yes. Berserker not going for the pit stop, going for one more lap. Wosal as well, 20 liters. Look at that, even Voyager is still 7 seconds behind, or only 7 seconds behind Wosal, who still has to go for a pit stop. This guy is just madman. There we go. Very nice seeing that. So no one is getting a speeding penalty, even though you have to push kind of a lot. Look at that gap here. Voyager and Marius. Marius lost 17 seconds towards Voyager just in that 10 last laps, so that's quite a lot, to be honest. Now Wosel again with a speeding penalty, losing 10 seconds. Very unfortunate for him, the second one in this race. And with that he will of course lose a lot of time because he has to stand still before his fuel and his tires are getting recharged or getting changed. Feels bad, man. Right, so Voyager on a good lap right now, 0.27 ahead. Maybe he's pushing it a little bit to have a little bit of a gap to work with. But he is already 20 seconds ahead. So no need to push. And he makes that mistake. As I said, just in that moment he had the minus. He wanted to go for the push, but he could have flipped with that as well. So very lucky, or you know, very risky stuff for him. And he got away with a, as you say in Germany, in German, with a blue eye. Mit einem blauen Auge davonkommen. Yeah. Oh man, and Voyager still on first. Not losing too much time with that. Alright, so Ringo Bear also making that mistake. Falling a bit behind. German lessons with Turbo, exactly. Can all learn something from my end. There we go. So Patrose, 7th position. Asterich on 8th. Love to see it, that he is performing. That's always super nice. Danik B on 9th, Berserker. Then we have Dexter on P11. But look at the gaps. I mean, Dexter has been lapped already by Voyager. It's just incredible. You see Voyager in the distance there. And there we go. I mean, Dexter could have won this race, but of course consistency is what wins you the race. Even though Dexter has the 3rd fastest lap, he will not play a role here to take this one home. Maybe he can go into the lead, but right now even Patrose is ahead of him, so that might be a fight that we look onto in the future, or just in some moments. Ruffy also now getting overtaken by Dexter here with a very aggressive turn. Look at that speed from Dexter. This guy's just so fast. And everyone knows that, but sometimes he just risks too much. And of course, being fast is also involved with just barely going into the wall. So just how it is. Now it's lap 44. He still goes for one more. But then he goes for 56 or 57. He has to go for 57 then. He went for 34 in the previous round, in the previous stint. So it will be very hard for him to really get that 69 laps done by the looks of it, because now he also has to save so much, losing gradual time towards the players who have already pitted. So Marius will lose his 3rd position in a second because Joey is just howling in the background and will overtake him because Marius is saving maybe a bit too much. Neil with a mistake. Marius still going for a lap. Okay, 8.4 liters. Oh god. You need 8 liters to cross a lap. But of course you can coast at some point. So you need like 7 liters to make it into the pit stop, but this will be close for Marius. He cannot slow down too much and he knows it, else he will lose too much time. But he is playing with his release timing a little bit. 4.1 liters left now. But this should be good. It should work out for Marius. Yes, he's experienced enough to make that happen. Nico with a speeding ticket there as well. Marius already slowing down now. And now he will be coasting into that one. But you need that little bit of feel to make it into this uphill. But Marius will be fine. But again, pulling the shorty. And Asterich with a 36.6. What is that time, dude? So Marius again coasting here. And losing a bit of time. But of course, coasting is not too bad if you... Oh, Marius didn't know that you have to release there because you're... Oh, no. Okay, guys, what happened there? Oh my god, what happened there? I can't explain you what happened. So, if you are rolling, your car is accelerating faster if you go down a hill, if you just release. And Marius with that is getting a speeding penalty. So, if you go down this hill by just releasing without being in freewheel, it would be no problem. And you can just adjust to that. But if you're in freewheel, you will get the speeding ticket because you have to brake in this regard. You know, usually releasing is enough, a little bit of braking afterwards, but Marius couldn't react to that. So that's why he has received a speeding ticket, and probably a lot of players have gotten the same speeding issue there as well, or like getting the penalty there, or getting penalized, as you can say like that. Neil versus Voyager right now. Neil also a very fast player, also in the time attack segment, right now on P30. Look at this risky line from Neil, dude. Holy shit, what is that, man? That looks illegal. And as Aserich with a 36.6, I don't know what he did, but this time looks to be very strong. Voyager leading with 27 ahead of Wingo Bear, who's 1 second ahead of Joey. So a very nice race from Voyager. He can even afford to crash into the wall multiple times. Not to flip, but you know, you get the gist. Patrose on 4th, Aserich on 5th. Danik B on P number 6. But again, a very close fight between them. And also Dexter catching up a little bit on P7 right now. But he needs to overtake Patrose, who is 9 seconds ahead. But there will be still 2 more pit stops to go for both of the German players. Voyager now on the pit stop again, looking very clean. Look at that, he's even catching up to Aserich, who's a very risky driver. But that's what I mean, you know? You don't really gain too much time there. And probably also don't expect to gain the time if you're in freewheel, because you were just rolling. I think that's what describes it the best. You don't expect yourself to gain time when you're freewheeling in this moment. Alright, there we go. So Voyager in the pit stop, Wingo Bear behind, but will probably not even meet Voyager because he's already starting now with a fresh set of tires and almost 100 liters in the tank. 97.5 to be exact. And Wingo Bear is slowing down now. So now I'm getting a ticket here. Also again with that 1 more lap. Could Voyager actually do an extra stop? Ooh, Berserker is out, giving up. I don't know what happened there to Berserker. Lap 46 though, so that was already quite far back. So he might have lost some time there. Might has lost some time there at some point. Also nobody giving up on lap 49. Unfortunate though. So I think Voyager could do an additional pit stop, because now Wosal is 1 pit stop behind Voyager, and Voyager is still leading by 18 seconds, you know? And Voyager is also a player who's quite in that battle for the top. So Voyager needs like 30 seconds for the pit stop, maybe 40. So it might be close though, might be very close. The Sensei now with a speeding penalty, let me check. Another one for him. Where is he though? Probably was in freewheel, I'm gonna check. No, he wasn't actually. Also Crack who's getting one. So there have been a lot of speeding penalties in this race. But there's only 1 more pit stop for most of the players. Wingo Bear 30 seconds behind. But there's still a great fight going on. Dexter 18 seconds behind. What happened to Dexter? Did he get a penalty or just made a mistake? Because he lost a lot of time just in 2 or 3 laps, which is quite unfortunate. No, Asse overtaking Patrose here. Good fight between them. And then also Joey. Look at that fight here between the players. Also we have Claudio in the mix. So good fight for that 3rd position. We have Patrose with a bit more speed. But look at the line from Aserich. Oh my god, dude. Holy macaroni, he's risking so much. Joey on 4th position. Patrose with a better apex in this turn. And it is Aserich right now in 3rd position. This track suits him very well and he's on a banger time again. Let's take a look. What time will Aserich put into the finish on lap 53? Coming to lap 54, it will be another 36.9. This is even the 2nd fastest time, if you exclude all the times that Aserich has already done faster than, or slower than his time and faster than the time from Berserker. Because he is almost 1 second faster than the 2nd guy. What a performance from Aserich. Props to him, being a risky but also consistent player, give or take, as his teammate is giving up, making a mistake. I'm not sure what happened, but look at that. Aserich overtaking Wingo B here as well, who has made that mistake. So Aserich from P5 to P2 in 2 laps and setting another fast lap with a 36.548. This is crazy. What are you doing, Aserich? Dexter now also with a fast lap, but look at that. From P5 to P2. Brother. Great job, Atypick. Now sliding out though. Okay. Interesting. Maybe he was a bit too fast. If you exceed the 600 kilometers per hour, you have the chance of auto drifting if you go for an oversteer movement, so for 100% steering movement. So maybe Atypick was suffering from success there, and Wingo Bear is overtaking him here again. That's why you have to release before that turn, also because the angle is very, very narrow, but also because you don't want to slide out. There we go. So now we have Voyager still leading. He's leading by almost a lap then, but he will go into the next set of, or to the last pit stop in just 3 laps. And with that, he does a very nice race. He was my bet for today. Also, Danik B is doing a very nice race, who I put in first. But Voyager, on a mission here, is taking the voyage to his advantage, and maybe can go into that first position as well in the Trackmania Formula League standing, or come closer to Dexter and Patrosa, who are right now ahead of him, as well as Wosa. So Voyager right now in 4th position, 101 points behind Dexter and Patrosa, who are tied for first, and Wosa is indeed 32 points ahead of Voyager. Kaku also giving up. Look how many DNFs have happened. We have only 31 players left on the track. So look at that. 2, 4, 8. No, 2, 4, 6, 8. 11 players have DNF. 2, 4, 8. Yeah. Great job, LuckersTurbo. Oh my god, dude. I cannot even count anymore. 2, 4, 8. Yo. Hello, Cream Heart. Welcome. So there we go. 33 seconds. Let's take a look onto this battle. Indeed, we have Atypick already going for the pit stop at lap 58. Because he was probably pitting a bit, or like pushing a bit too much. He has consumed more fuel than the others. Patrosa and Wingo Bear will have a fresh set of tires at the end of the race. So I think that they will run. It. So look at that fight. Voyager will go for his pit stop probably now already, because he's at lap 60. He's 34 seconds ahead. Just don't make a mistake, Voyager. And then the race is yours. Only 9 laps to go for him after this pit stop. Looking good. Slowing down accordingly. Oh, goes so fast though, but look at that beautiful execution for Voyager. Just controlling his car. Now going so fast. Look at the time. Look at the speed here. 120 consistent for him. And Voyager is indeed not getting a penalty. Calm and collected. And there we go. Voyager onto his way to win his first race in the Trackmania Formula League with what a performance, dude. Wingo Bear approaching the pit stop just now, and Voyager is already out of it. You know, he doesn't even have to go for the full tank, but he still goes for, yeah, a considerable large amount with 86 liters. So, but he can also afford it to not take any risks. And now he's on lap 61 and might win the race. There we go. Danik B. Also there, Dexter with the speeding and getting a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Funky Jug as well. So that is the GG for Dexter. He's not able to catch up to Patrosa, who has already exited the pit and is at 85 liters for the next 9 laps. Or make it 9 now, yeah, something like that. Joey on P8, Moppel on 9th, but he still has to go for a pit stop as well as Sensei. Where's Marius though? Marius probably has made a mistake on P14, 2 laps behind. Went for the pit stop already. So Marius already on a set position, maybe some ahead of him will do that. But look at that, Voyager even lapped Marius. What a performance from the Norwegian player. His first season, and he is doing a nice... He's making it look so easy. He's almost lapping the 3rd player. Are you kidding me? He lapped Marius twice, probably. Look, Wingo Bear's 1 lap behind. Dude, Voyager, what are you doing, man? He's lapping Wingo. He's lapping the 3rd player. Oh, God, dude. Stop, dude. That is probably one of the sickest performances that I've ever seen in Trackmania Formula League from Voyager. He has made one mistake that I spotted, but other than that, look at his delta. And it is average. 38.1 as an average. Wow, that is crazy. I mean, of course, the fastest set lap time is much faster with a 36.5, but consistency wins the race and not being fast. So Patrosa, the only player who hasn't been lapped by Voyager thus far. Lap 64, so still 5 laps to go. So maybe Voyager is gonna make that. This could certainly happen. And let's go ahead and take a look into the battle. Patrosa and Voyager are 1 lap apart. So 33 seconds. Let's take it like that. Wingo Bear, 4 seconds away. Then Joey on 4th. Aserich on 5th. Coming closer to Joey. Had a little bit of a different pit strategy than the other players. Went for the pit a bit earlier. So maybe Aserich might be a good follow-up here for the last couple of laps. Nano also there on 28th position. And you're naming it, true. Patrosa at 53%, Wingo Bear at 66%. So this is also a good fight to look out for. You're completely right with that. And look at that, Aserich coming closer to Joey. Look at that line from Aserich. Great apex. Joey sliding out there. Look at that. That's a mistake that doesn't happen too often. But he didn't lose too much and is already going for that counter attack. Approaching lap 65. Good speed from Joey. You don't see that often, that Aserich is slower than a different player here. Only when Joey makes a small, Aserich makes a small mistake, he will slow down. But those turns are just so hard to make and to control your car in. And that's why Joey has lost a lot of time with just a wrong release. Look at that, 1 second loss to Aserich, who is on 4th place. Wingo Bear still on 3rd, Patrosa on 2nd, and Voyager coming closer to the last set of laps. Lap 67, we have 2 more laps to go. But actually, you know what? And again, huge props to Patrosa, who is now almost 1 lap behind. Maybe he is getting lapped by Voyager, and then he's finishing at lap 68. Maybe that's why he went for the earlier pit stop. So that's a smart decision making from Patrosa, because Voyager literally is just marching through this map here, but still Patrosa, look, he is still ahead of him. But then his position is locked in because he is not the player who has been overtaken thus far, you know? So that's why his 2nd place is locked in regardless what happens in the next lap, you know? Because if Voyager finishes, every player races 1 more lap around the circuit. So 5-head move from Patrosa, but I didn't expect anything less from him. As Wingo Bear is 6 seconds behind, Aserich also 6 seconds behind. Joey, somewhat of a gap towards 4th place now with 1 second. Danik B on 6th, Wosal on 7th, Dexter on 8th. And we have Golden Nugget on P number 9, Betatos on 10th, Marius on P11, still getting a good performance in. And let's focus on Voyager. What a race that was for the Norwegian driver. His 1st season in the Trackmania Formula League, and he is taking it down in the 4th race from P4 probably up to P2 or even P1 with this race. But I don't think that you can gain 100 points. But what a performance. Look at that. He has lapped every player except Patrosa. What a race. That is just a huge performance and very, very admirable performance from Voyager. GG's Voyager for winning race number 4 of the 4th season. What a performance, ladies and gentlemen. Wingo Bear finishes in 3rd. That means that Patrosa finishes in 2nd, because Patrosa was the only player who didn't get lapped. Aserich finishes 4th. Then we have Joey on 5th, Danik B on P number 6. Joey Wosal ahead of Dexter, and Joey on a good 5th position. Love to see that. Dexter coasting into the ending. but it's still enough for him to stay ahead of Golden Nugget, who is on P9. And let's take a look onto Patrose here. Has also finished, actually. Okay, there we go. And then also there is a Funky Jug. Zack into the finish line. Nico still chilling in the pit stop. And he is the last player who is... well, he's not finishing though. So look at that, guys. How many DNFs do we have? 30 to 42nd is a DNF. And there we go. Nico with the finish and the big brain move. Nice attempt though. But there you have it. What a performance from Voyager 006. 115 points for him. Patrose on second. Then we have Wingo Bear on third. Asterich on fourth. Joey on P5. Danik B also with a great race on sixth. Rosal on seventh. Dexter on P8. Golden Nugget. Beta Toast. Marius. Sensei. Bearlul. Moppel. Pacific Chris. Racerlight. Dan on P17. Wall. Ruffy. Speedy. Picking-Ante, Funky Jug, Crackoos, Dazzle, Freezer, Seb, Nano, Koda, and Nico. Also finishing 9 laps behind. There we go. GG's to the players. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm LuckersTurbo, LuckersTurbo, however you're gonna call me. And let's raid the winner. Let's raid Voyager.